Hi, my name's Presley Chaders. I'm back with another episode of Western Women Wednesdays. I'm here with Quinn River. She is a singer, songwriter, barrel racer, multi-talented cowgirl. I'm super excited to have her here today. She's been a dear friend of mine for many years, so super excited to chat with her today. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, hi, my name is Quinn River. Like Presley said, I'm a singer-songwriter. I've been doing that most of my life, as well as I've grown up on a horse ranch. We raise working quarter horses and thoroughbreds. I've been part of the rodeo world my whole life too, and I sing country music. That's pretty much it.
On, girl, run while you can, young love.
So we're here at your beautiful ranch in Winfield. Talk about how you started riding and everything like that.
Well, I've been riding ever since I was really young. We've always raised lots of horses. My dad trains thoroughbred racehorses at Century Mile in Edmonton. And then on the farm we stick mostly to quarter horses. So I've just grown up riding, roping, started gymkhana and barrel racing when I was pretty little, and then joined high school rodeo, and it's kind of the rest is history.
Yeah. So we met in high school rodeo, became super good friends, and over the years I've had the pleasure of being able to hear Quinn sing at our high school rodeos, O Canada Always, and she came back this year and I had no idea if she was there, and I'm just getting ready in the motorhome and I hear her singing and Mom's like, Quinn's here, we have to go find her, and you left too fast. But yeah, so you started, your parents kind of got you into horses. Did your mom ride, or did your dad's a racehorse trainer? And can you talk about how you train a racehorse? Like, does it not just go?
Well, that's actually how my parents met, at the racetrack. My mom trained racehorses for like 20 years before she had me. And then my dad was an outrider, so that's the one that rides usually a quarter horse, like pony, and picks up the racehorses at the end of the race. So he did that forever, and then he started training racehorses himself later in life. So that's kind of, two horse worlds collide. And how you train a racehorse, well, I'm definitely more of the quarter horse rodeo side of things. I did get to gallop for my grandpa, because he also has a race barn, this winter at the arena for spring training.
Yeah.
So just riding the thoroughbreds every day, like legging them up, and that sort of thing. And it was weird because you use little English saddles, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd never done that before. It's like riding bareback, except your knees are way up high. So definitely weird, but
And was it terrifying? Like, are they half broke, or?
Actually, it was definitely scary at first, just because no support from the saddle, it feels like. But then once you get used to it after the first day, it's really fun and just different. And the horses are definitely raring to go, but they're pretty broken.
Comparable to a barrel horse, or?
Yeah, exactly. If you can barrel race, you can cowgirl, right?
Sweet, good to know. No, I'm just kidding. So that's super cool. And you just came out with your new song, Young Love. Talk about the process of making it and why you made it and everything like that.
Well, so I took the year off of school to focus more on my own music and that sort of thing, and then I spent a lot of the year just trying to do a little bit of networking, because that's really important when you're doing what we do. And then I ended up meeting this producer who was really had great, reviews. You heard great things about him from everybody, down in Calgary, MCC Recording Studios. And so we ended up working together, and he liked my stuff, and so I decided to go record. We did 2 songs, and then the second one, Jukebox Blues, comes out at the end of August.
Yay, exciting.
I've been singing the Jukebox Blues since June, and it feels like it's the night to change my tune.
Exciting.
Yeah, but basically that was kind of how that all happened, and
Yeah, and you have a full another album. I can't remember what it's called. It's Sky or what is it?
Yeah, it's Two Shadows.
Two Shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Close, not really, but yeah. So that one came out a few years ago. What was the inspiration for that one and the process for making that? Because that was your first one.
Yeah.
So everything was brand new.
Yeah. And, well, it's hard to even remember the inspiration behind that, but the music's so much different than what I'm doing now because I was kind of just, like, figuring it all out. I was super young, like 16, you know, I wrote the songs when I was 15, kind of just trying to find my sound. My, one of the people I worked really close with on that EP is quite, like, in the jazz side of things, so all the songs ended up coming out kind of, like, with a little jazz, like, touch, which is great and fine, but as I've, you know, progressed in the music world, I've definitely come to, like, believe that country is my main genre that I like to be in. So, yeah, it's a lot different than anything I'm writing or singing now, but it was a super fun place to start.
Yeah.
The first boy who ever broke my heart told me I was wasting my love from the start.
So you play guitar and piano as well. How did you learn how to play those?
Well, I started piano when I was in, like, just going into junior high, and then kind of have just kept that up, but I'm not amazing or anything. And then guitar, I kind of, like, taught myself a little bit, but I started working with a couple different guitarists in the last, like, 2 years that accompany me when I do gigs. So I don't usually play for myself during performances, which is kind of nice. I don't think
It's a lot to do.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much how I picked it up.
Yeah, it's super cool. Looking back now, what is one thing that would kind of blow your mind now looking at it?
Probably when I was first starting out, you know, I had like serious stage fright, probably as like most people do. And the idea of singing in larger crowds, you know, the larger the crowd, the scarier I thought it would be. But I've come to find that actually the larger crowd, the better. And it's much more nerve-wracking when it's like a small little group of people that aren't really paying attention to you. But when it's a big crowd and you can feel the energy and people are singing along with you, that's when it's like the most fun and the least nerve-wracking.
Yeah, that is totally opposite. Yeah, because like it's like singing at home, but then you also, you know, those people, you care about their opinions, but you're just out there having fun. You don't care. But
exactly.
Yeah. So what's the biggest show you think you've played?
Probably the CFR Cabaret and the CFR Anthem last year. I don't know if it was the biggest, but it was probably the most fun and exciting, just because that's kind of how I got my start, was singing at the little, singing at little rodeos, singing the anthem, and then being able to sing the anthem at the CFR after, you know, growing up watching the CFR, and then getting to sing with their big band at the cabaret. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was super cool. You got this start in the music industry kind of by yourself, and then of course people help you along the way, and then fans help you, and then it just grows into this large support system. But supporting these independent artists and everything else, what are things as listeners and things can we do to support artists like you?
Well, that's a great question. Just like tuning in, you know, following on social media, not just listening to the song, but downloading it to adding it to playlists and stuff. That's a really big one. Yeah, just kind of, like I said, following along, liking things, sharing things, especially sharing the actual song, because once you get the song out there, you know, you've done all the work, and then it's kind of out of your hands almost, just getting people to listen to it. So the more you share, the better.
Yeah. So both you and I, every day we put ourselves out onto the internet for the world to see, and once it's out there, it's out of our hands. How does it feel to you're putting your emotion into your songs and your feelings, and it's a very public emotion. Does it ever get scary, and how does that feel?
Yeah, it definitely can feel vulnerable at times, for sure. But I just whenever I get like nervous or self-conscious, I just remind myself that this is what I want to do with my life, and so the fear of embarrassment or whatever is very minor compared to the end goal.
And in my brain, embarrassment is what you think. You can, if you think you're embarrassed, then you're embarrassed. But if you're just like whatever, then it's whatever. So
Exactly.
let's talk about rodeo and the horses that you have right now, and any plans for rodeo in the future.
The horses I've got right now, we've got about 6 young ones on the farm, like 3 and 4-year-olds that we're bringing along for roping, barrel racing, that sort of thing. So that's always fun, working with the young ones. And then I've got my own 3, my 1 rope mare and my 2 barrel horses. And we've been just barrel racing like a little bit, but it's kind of taken a back seat to my singing and gigging and that sort of thing. So I haven't gotten to do as much of it this year as in the past, but it's definitely still a passion of mine.
Yeah, it's super cool. Who's your favorite music artist, or like, do you get inspiration from certain kind of artists and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. Like especially this year, I've really started listening to a lot of female country artists that are, you know, kind of up and rising in the industry. It's because it's inspiring, like both creatively and just mentally. But like Lainey Wilson, I love her. Obviously, she's quite big now. Megan Rooney, I really like her. The Castellos, I don't know if you know them, but they're kind of just on the rise right now. They have some really great music. Yeah, there's lots of others, but definitely, like I say, the female country artists are definitely taking a front seat. And then always I revert back to like the older country music is kind of what I aspire to for my songs to sound like, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And looking into the future, after this next single comes out, what are your goals with music? And in perfect world, if you could be like, would you like to be like Dolly Parton or Miranda Lambert? Like, what kind of level of fame would you want to get to?
Well, in you know, a perfect world, yeah, I want to be like all the way. Definitely. That's kind of always been my dream ever since I was really little. And you know, every little girl wants to, I'm going to be a country singer. But I never grew out of it, and so I'm going to keep trying to make a go of it and hope for the best.
Yeah, heck yeah. I'm super excited to see what you do. And I've been so lucky to follow along on your journey and be there and listen to you and hear your voice develop, and just, you're so incredible. And yeah, so glad to have you on today, and yeah, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad to be on your show. It's great.
Wide eyes and big dreams, better things to chase than a boy like me. Young love shouldn't be allowed, tears you up or ties you down. And it feels like it's the night to change my tune.